These are the top 5 Spider-Man movies. You might have heard that there's a new Spider-Man movie coming out. There are a few ads out there for it on every TV, bus, and billboard. Let's count down the top 5 Spider-Man movies before Spider-Man Homecoming arrives. At number 5, Spider-Man 3, the first Spider-Man movie that ground everything to a halt. This movie will always be remembered for emo Peter Parker and his spectacularly terrible dance routine. Let's just watch that for a second. Yep, that happened. Then there's Topher Grace as Venom. The less said about him, the better. At number 4, Amazing Spider-Man 2, the second Spider-Man movie that ground everything to a halt. In this film, we got a redesigned Spidey suit that was brighter than an Amazing Spider-Man. Otherwise, we got a complete mess of a story with the Academy Award-winning Jamie Foxx playing Electro. Electro's motivations for hating Spidey make no sense, and the end of the movie attempts to bring about a Sinister Six spin-off. At number 3, The Amazing Spider-Man. Yep, it featured a darker Spider-Man story than we'd seen in the Sam Raimi series, but it was fine, and way better than the other two we just mentioned. Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone were great together as Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. We also got the Lizard for the first time on film. At number 2 is Spider-Man. The 2002 Sam Raimi film had a Spider-Man who looked great swinging throughout the city. The film had Willem Dafoe as the incredibly menacing Norman Osborn, minus that goofy Green Goblin mask. In general, this film showed the world that the adventures of Spider-Man belong on the big screen. Before we get to number 1, let's get to an honorable mention. Let's talk about The Amazing Spider-Man 1977. This was a made-for-TV movie that starred Nicholas Hammond. It's corny, low budget, and very 70s, but it's downright brilliant compared to number 5. It features the origin story of the Spider-Man, and he even builds his own web shooters. And at number 1 is Spider-Man 2. This is one of those rare sequels that is better than the original. With the origin story of Spider-Man already out of the way, Spider-Man 2 was free to up the ante with Dr. Octopus. Alfred Molina played Otto Octavius in a way that gave the character depth. Then, there's that train scene which showed what Spider-Man would be willing to do to save others. Spider-Man 2 is just a great Spider-Man story. There's a really good shot that Spider-Man Homecoming will make its way on a best list eventually, but that's for another time. For more top 5, check out top5.cnet.com. I'm Zach Tarr, and I'll see you online.